Hi y'all, thank you so much for watching this video. Today we're going to be talking about 174 and 143, what they are, how they're applied, and what it means to sign the petition. Alright, let's get started. Before we jump into it, we're going to be talking about what election this petition is for. This petition is a ballot initiative to get 174 and 143 on the Maine municipal elections ballot, also known as the city election. The city election is where we decide how our city is ran, what laws we want, who we want as mayor, how our council looks, how our schools are ran, and so much more. In short, it's an opportunity for us to shape our neighborhoods and our city. First, a little history. Chapters 143 and 174 were enacted in 1947 and 1973 respectively, with Chapter 143 enacted in 1947 and Chapter 174 enacted in 1973. This was before the Civil Rights Movement, and in 174's case, this was during the Civil Rights Movement. And even then, only 2% of San Antonians actually voted this law in. These laws have not seen the light of day since then, but have only been modified over time without the public's knowledge or input. Most San Antonians don't even know these laws exist, let alone how they're written. So today, we're going to change that, starting with 143. Side note, these laws quote other laws and other codes and have a bunch of codes and subcodes. 143 has 403 codes alone, not including all of the subcodes and the subcodes to those subcodes, as well as these two laws quoting other laws as well as each other. Untangling that web of a mess is going to take us forever, so for the purposes of this video, we're going to be focusing on the select few codes that are dealing with accountability. Alright, first let's talk about 143.052. This deals with misconduct and its process, stating that the department head shall within 120 hours after the hour of suspension file a written statement with the commission giving reasons for the suspension. This means they must make a written report, have gathered enough evidence to point out the violations in 143.051, which are conviction of a felony or other crime involving moral turpitude, violations of a municipal charter provision, acts of incompetency, neglect of duty, discourtesy to the public or fellow employee, acts of showing lack of good moral character, drinking intoxicants while on duty or being intoxicated while off duty, conducts of prejudicial to good order, refusal to neglect to pay just debts, absence without leave, shirking duty on cowardice fires, if applicable, or violations of an acceptable fire or police department rule or special order. In short, 143 makes it hard to penalize a police officer for misconduct or a violation. Now, this is where 143.123 steps in. This doesn't allow us to look at their history or their record while going through the arbitration process, as it states. The department head may not consider work time missed from regular duties by a firefighter or police officer due to participation in the conduct of an investigation in determining whether to impose a punitive action or in determining the severity of a punitive action. This is what doesn't allow us to look at their history or their record during an investigation through arbitration. This section also prevents anonymous tipping, as the police officer being accused can know the name and information of each person who's complained against said police officer. Remember when I said earlier that these laws tend to be a tangled mess that quote other codes and laws? Well, 174 is such a law, where for the purposes of the contract can overwrite or act as any law under 174.004 and 174.005. In addition, 174.008 has something called waiver of immunity, also known as qualified immunity. All of these laws are what allow police officers to get away with misconduct with no checks and balances, no oversight, and no accountability. Like in Michael Garza's case, where he brutally killed a man in front of his home while intoxicated, or Matthew Martin's case, where he lied to SAPD twice about being in the military, or Tim Garcia's case, where he brutally beated a man while calling him the N-word over and over again. All of these officers and more have been rehired back into SAPD because of 174 and 143. So those are the laws, and a few examples of how they've been abused. All the information will be linked down in the description below, along with a few more articles if you feel like looking into those. But for now, let's move on to the petition. As I stated earlier, this petition is for the Maine municipal election. This is not a vote or a repeal, but rather an opportunity to see these two laws on the Maine municipal elections ballot to be voted on. Now, for those of you who want to sign the petition, here's what you need to do. You need to go to fixsapd.org, go under Take Action, click Print the Petition. Here, you will fill out some information to make sure you are a registered voter. In addition, you'll understand what it means to be a circulator. After this, you will receive an email with 2 pieces of paper, one for 143 and one for 174. Make sure to fill out both of them. Now, you'll put today's date, your signature, printed name, street address, and zip code. This is the one you are registered with, and either your birthday or your voter registration number. Your voter registration number can be found on your voter registration card right here under VUID. The reason for this is because the county clerk at the Bexar County Commissioner's Office needs to validate your signature and make sure you are a registered voter within San Antonio. After you've completed this process, you can go ahead and click on events or go to the Fix SAPD Instagram to find out where we will be to get your petition notarized. However, if you don't feel like going through this whole entire process, you can always come to one of these events, find a circulator such as myself, and we can get your information down on the piece of paper and get it notarized for you. Thank y'all so much for bearing with me and listening to what I have to say. If you would like a more detailed video about the contract, or if you have any questions about the video itself, please let me know down in the comments below. This has been a long process, and I'm currently working on a video explaining how the website works, as well as how to be a volunteer if you would like to go out and petition and get signatures for yourself. This video actually came about when a bunch of people told me that I should record myself when I was telling them about these laws. So I thought, well, why not make a whole video about it and actually go into a little bit further detail so that people could share it, like it, and all that other stuff. I hope this video has been really informative and educational for all of you. Please like, please share, please comment down below. We need to spread the word. We need to get 150,000 signatures, and we can't do it alone. I appreciate you guys so much, and continue to be awesome 100%.